Hello and welcome back to another episode of Show Fresh City. Yeah, that's right, welcome back. I hope you are doing amazingly, awesomely, and utterly most splendid on this glorious Saturday morning. Matthew couldn't be here with you today because he had a vacation planned to go into Indonesia because sometimes he just needs to get away. But I'm with you today. For those of you who don't know, my name is Trevor Honeycutt, and I have been one of the technicians behind the scenes here at the Show Fresh City Studios for over 25 years. I'm that guy doing all of the plugging in of various wires and troubleshooting whatnot and what have you for over 25 years. All of the magic that Matthew usually brings to you on a weekly basis would not be possible without engineers and technicians like me to help facilitate that awesome, breathtaking magic all the time. Hey, come on guys, show me some love. I may not be as charismatic as Matthew Howard Stull, but I know how to plug in a CCO Axe cable and hit the record button on the DAT recorder. Now, let me tell how amazing this show is that we have planned for you. We've got tons of great action for you. And woo-wee. It's gonna be literally like dynamite. The way I bring you up to speed on current events and all the breaking news that you've been so eager to grip your pretty little ears into. But first, we gotta take a quick word from our sponsor.
Hi kids. Do you like peanut butter? Of course you do. Unless you're allergic to peanuts or you just entirely hate and loathe all peanuts. But if you love, if you love that creamy peanut-colored peanut butter all over the place, like every morning, every lunch, all the time, can't get enough. If you're one of those people who aren't afraid to lose your job or let your marriage fall apart over some amazing substance like peanut butter, let me tell you, I've got news for you. Yes. Are you ready? Okay, well, imagine you're craving peanut butter so much but you can't find any. You ask all of your neighbors and put up request forms on the local community bulletin board, just so maybe you'll hopefully be able to finally locate some of that delicious paste that you cannot possibly live without. Even for a couple of hours. Do you feel? Yeah. Baby, yeah. Gimme some. So alright, you're looking for peanut butter everywhere, even having gone so far as to see if you can find maybe a few gallons on eBay, just because you know it might be safer than going to a random warehouse in Super. Randomly just happening to find a huge stockpile of it. But so good, yeah, gimme some. You search everywhere for several days. You can't sleep, you can't go to your job or pay taxes, or you don't even go on Instagram except to see if there are any peanut butter related posts on some of your most trusted people that you follow. Eventually, you start to lose hope and just give up. You start to think maybe it's over. You'll never get to savor that tangy, sweet, salty flavor again. The peanut butter has all been consumed by evil humans that have taken over this once charmingly beautiful planet. But then suddenly, totally unexpectedly, out of nowhere, a weird-looking troll comes up to you with a jar of something. You're like totally unable to believe it, but this troll smirks oddly, then hands you this jar. And to your incredible amazement, the jar is a jar of Peter Pan peanut butter. Oh my gosh. This is just wow. Seriously wow. How is this even possible? There's no way. You kick the troll in the face and it tumbles down an escarpment. The troll bounces off of some rocks and plummets forthwith all the way down into this hideous, terrifying ravine of unknown depth and hauntedness. But there it is in your hands, a full-ass jar of creamy, rich, thick, flavorful Peter Pan peanut butter. Without thinking, you twist off the lid and put your index and middle finger down into it and put out a big juicy wad of delightful Peter Pan peanut butter. You shove both fingers into your mouth, and the peanut butter hits your tongue. You gasp for joy because it's just so good. My God, it's maybe one of the best culinary experiences you've had since that one summer when you were trapped in France and couldn't find your passport. Jesus, good Lord, try some of this Peter Pan peanut butter as soon as humanly possible. You owe it to yourself.
Keep it tuned right here to Show Fresh City for all of the best highlights from another dazzling weekend. Did you know that our headquarters are right here in sunny Yellow Springs, Ohio? This is where we take care of business. This is where we keep all the important tax documents. And some of our friends even know how to get into the studio late at night and bring us, like DiGiorno pizzas and other stuff like that. You know, we need that good fuel to keep us running deep late into the night so we can continue to bring you the finest content on the whole entire internet. Believe me, we've thought about selling out and letting some huge corporation run all of our business, and we've thought about possibly adding more sponsors to our show. But that kind of takes away from the authenticity for which we are hyper famous for. Look, we've been doing this for a long time. We've got a formula and a procedure, and the last thing we want to do here at Show Fresh City is upset our delicate ecosystem. Oh, and this is MMMMIEA. Just a quick reminder that if you haven't already pledged your support, there are now even more ways to give us more of your money so that we can continue to bring you even more of the highest quality content here available on the internet. Get this, a big grip of some of what we bring you. You couldn't live without us. The IS Show Fresh City. You get that? You think it's easy dominating like the way how we do. You gotta take into consideration how malevolent the competition is. There's all these lame true crime channels now trying to steal our airtime. These lame-ass true crime dorks are seriously getting way out of control. It may be time to pass some legislation putting a limit on the number of horribly lame true crime so-called podcasts are out there. Good lord, can you believe it? Oh, and don't get me started. I am getting so sick, so super freaking insanely sick of all these losers using the word however all of the time. Constantly these morons are like however this, however that. Hey, girls have vaginas, however boys have penises. Hot water is hot, however cold water is cold. Black is a color, however blue is a color too. However, additionally, did you know that orange, however, is also a color? However, red, gray, white, purple, pink, violet, and so on and so forth forever until we all barf up some vomit. Look guys, if you want to support Show Fresh City, just listen to this show all of the time. Get your parents hooked on it. Get everyone you know to memorize each show, with every word being fully memorized. Okay, up next we have a special guest who wants to talk about the origins of reggae music and how a little-known band called the Eagles started. A thing such as known as reggae music, which many people believe was originated on an island called Haiti. But however, many didn't realize that it was a Los Angeles band called the Eagles started the music with one of their little-known rock anthems as Hotel California.
In 1974, a small indie rock band called the Eagles was looking for a new way to have a better selling album. It was the guitarist Glenn Frey who said to the drummer Don Henley, "Hey man, yo bro, we should try to come up with a whole new style of music that would be so catchy to help us, sell more albums and shit." And Don was like, "Oh my gosh, that is a powerful idea with far-reaching possible consequences. What if generations of God's children become intensely hooked on our new form of music and need it just like it was water or some other life-sustaining fluid? That would be so sick, man." So then they did it. They got into their studio and did a few push-ups, slapped each other in the face several times, and unbuttoned a few of their shirt buttons and set out to change the world. They were getting laid back into this really slack groove, almost a Mediterranean kind of feel. Like if you have been to Dominican Republic and were fortunate enough to hear some to the beautiful music you could hear there, then this would be in some approximation similar to the audio sounds available. Now mixed into this groovy froth of soul, rock, and funk were the unmistakable rhythms of Don Henley's brand new Pearl drum kit. Fully connected with cymbals and a really sweet hi-hat, you could almost imagine being perfect for a song such as Hotel California. And let me tell you, trust me on this, it was just within 5 hours when they emerged from the studio with a new whole style of music, which would henceforth become known simply as reggae music. And the rest is history. Now you can hear many different albums that have been influenced by this song, such as King Sunny A and Lee Scratch Perry. There is no shortage of groups like Alton Ellis and the roots of reggae pioneers of dub and the Professor who know exactly how these sick grooves are established on many subsequent tracks. Almost 45 years after a song was made, it can be heard in other formats whose creation was the prime example of these innovation and breakthrough. Even founding members of the Byrds and Mama and the Papas are said to having been deeply severely influenced by the Eagles on a number of occasions. By the same token, Jimmy Cliff also dedicated each of his following albums to the legendary indie rock band that started it all. Oh geez. Well, I guess that's about it for now. Yeah. Okay, baby. So, yeah.
Let's just pass the mic back over to,
Trevor. It's Trevor, right? It's so confusing. I wish Matthew would just come back soon. It's been weird without him being in the studio, keeping everything under control and on time. He really is the glue that holds Show Fresh City together. It's not like he's a control freak, though. It's just the steady discipline to do what is necessary to ensure the highest quality show that we can provide, knowing that our listeners have the highest standards available. And that there is only so much time on earth and we have to spend each second of it only listening to the finest podcasts and not wasting too much of our precious time on things that don't, okay. Matter. That don't matter. It could matter, but it won't if you don't let it. Are you there, Trevor?